Hey everybody, it's Tammy from Wisconsin, and it's Friday. Woohoo! Well, yesterday we talked about the value of a hug. Well, today I'm thinking, how about the value in laughing? Today my day didn't get started out real good at work. I got to work, and right away I realized that one of our computers in our shop, in the plant, wasn't working, and it's the most used computer in the plant. So before I even had my cup of coffee, I dragged the computer back into my office and tried to figure out what was wrong with it. I kind of had a clue that it probably was the power supply because we already had that happen to one of the other similar computers that we bought at the same time. So it didn't take me long, and yeah, it was the power supply, but geez, it's Friday. I didn't want to deal with that on a Friday. I had to figure out where to order it from again, see if I can find it. I know the last time I found it online, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, not even having a cup of coffee yet didn't make it any better. But a little while later, Leon texted me. And a week from now, we're going to be in Denver. And he texted me at about pretty much about the time we would be landing in Denver. And the text was so cute. It was what the stewardess says. You know how they say when you're landing, make sure all your trays are up and you're buckled in and all that other stuff. And I just bust out laughing. It was hilarious. And I realized right then what the value in laughing was, because the stress that I was feeling just moments before just melted, and it gave me new energy. So, it was an eye opener. It made me thinking all day. You know, um, is there though therapeutic value in laughing? Was the next question on my mind. Years ago, Griffin was about he was almost 2, and I was pregnant, and in the 3rd trimester, I had a miscarriage, and still today, you could tell it. It's I can't think of anything worse than losing a child. Um, Soon after, we had a family gathering, and I really didn't talk to anybody about it. It's not something that you just go out and share. But everybody knew. I'm thinking my mom must have blabbed. And so everybody was offering my condolences that day, and and certainly I didn't want to hear that. I mean, I didn't even want to think about it, but so it made me feel worse. And then I was talking to my aunt Avery, and we were talking, and I told her I had a miscarriage, because she was like, "Well, why are you here alone? Usually I'm, in the party with everybody else." And so I explained it to her, and she just kind of looked at me, and she started laughing. And she said, I used to pray for one of those. Now, you have to understand, my Aunt Avery had 10 kids and was pretty much pregnant for 10 years straight. So when she said that to me, I just looked at her and was like, yeah, you probably did. And I know she was being satirical, and I know she loves all her kids and would never, that it was just a joke. But it was a joke that made me laugh on one of the lowest points in my life. So I can see great therapeutic value in laughing, for sure. Then, then I got to thinking, are there inappropriate times to be laughing? Is there no value in laughing sometimes? So it made me remember when my grandma passed away. I was in my early teens, and it was sudden. She had been walking home from the beauty shop and had a heart attack, and on the sidewalk. And so it was definitely something we weren't prepared for, if you can ever be prepared for something like that. So the funeral was pretty somber because it all took us by surprise. My mom was a wreck, and I that pretty much think that seeing your mom cry is one of the worst things in the world. I mean, it just made us all feel horrible. And now I was sitting at the funeral, somebody started laughing. And I thought, the nerve of those people. And how it was that how could they not think of anybody else's feelings? Didn't they realize my grandma just passed away? I was angry. What are they doing laughing at my grandma's funeral? It's certainly not the time to be laughing. But I was young. And over the years, I realized that that was just my reaction was inappropriate, and they were dealing with the emotional stress in their way. But after that, I always was aware of other people's feelings, try to be aware that of laughter at a funeral, that maybe somebody was just not prepared for that. So then a couple weeks ago, my Aunt Avery passed away. And at the funeral, I was talking to my cousin's daughter, so my second cousin. And Aunt Avery was her grandma. And now this cousin, she's always giggling. I just love being around her because she's just always happy, pleasant person. And she was telling me a story, and of course I started laughing. And right away I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Thinking back to my grandma's funeral when somebody was laughing, and she goes, "Oh, don't worry about it." You know, my grandma was always laughing, and she was always joking, and she would want people to be having a good time at her funeral and laughing. And right then I remembered how her grandma made me laugh at one of the lowest points in my life, and it all came around in a circle. I shared the story of her grandma, and it was like she knew that her grandma would, that's the type of person she was. My Aunt Abby was just the type of person that saw great value in laughing and great value in helping other people to laugh. So, not when I think about it, there is no inappropriate time. There's no time where there isn't value in laughing. We see great value in laughing. So, if you also see value in laughing, I have to laugh don't you just have to laugh when you say the word laughing? I put a link down below so you can join our group and laugh along with us. And then I also put a link down in there for further information if you want to see what we're all about in Empower Network in our community. And to read the blog today on Is There Value in Laughing? I put that link in there for you. Everything's down below. And have a great, great Friday evening. And do a lot of laughing because there is great value.